Hi, hello, and welcome to the last video of 2024. Today it is 2024 wrap-up day. Wait, I have to take off my sock because it's wet. I don't like wet socks. Oh my gosh, what do you mean 2024 is already over? When I'm filming this, it is December 18th, which means there's still a little bit of December left, but you're seeing it, there's not. Let's go through all the books I read this year from January up till now, which are 23 books. Last year, I think I read 28 or something, but that's fine. It's not a fucking contest, okay? Let's start with the very first book I read this year, which is Restore Me. Which was Restore Me, which is book 4 in the Chapter&Chill series. So, can't say too much about what happens. To be honest, I don't remember that much. I'm sorry. So, I gave this, let me check, 3.75, which I think says enough. I am pretty generous with my ratings, to be honest, because I don't know a rating system. I just go with the vibes. I just go with the flow. I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background. So, 3.75. If you don't know what the Chapter&Chill series is, it's a young adult dystopian series with kids, teenagers who have powers. There's a Supreme Court, there's a whole system. When I finish the series, I will make an entire video about it. So, Dystopian Young Adult was the first book I read this year. 3.75. Let me check for a cute quote. I like the quote, "Those who do not understand you will always doubt you." Great. Then I went on a completely different vibe. I read Heartless by Elsie Silver, which is book 2 in the Chestnut Spring series. 5-star. Honestly, I think this might be one of my favorite reads of the year. And it was the second book I read this year, so 5 stars. Obviously, there are so many good quotes from this. The best friend of Summer, which is the main female character, is MFC the right thing to say? I don't know. The MFC of the first book in the Chestnut Spring series is the best friend of this MFC, and she said, it's two people who are both a little lost until they ended up on the same path and walked together for a while. And then the little kid, by the end of the book, says, like, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna put context, okay? See, Dad, I told you not to be sad. I told you she'd come back. Our wishes came true. She loves us too much to leave. So it is single dad and nanny on a farm. It's a cowboy romance. It's amazing. Truly, I think one of my favorite reads of this year, which is insane if you think about it, because it's the second book I read. We'll leave it at that. Then, I read If We Ever Meet Again by Anna Hong. At the moment, I gave it 3.75 stars. I might change it to a 3.25. Did I enjoy it while I read it? Sure, meh, but there are tropes in here I don't like, and honestly, we know Anna Hong. I love Anna Hong. Don't get me wrong. Isn't necessarily the most literary writer. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. This was her first book, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, that this is her first book, and honestly, you can tell. I don't think I'm gonna finish this series. It's the If Love book 1. This one. It's a college romance. There are they? I don't know. Shanghai. This. So I'm sorry, but this book, you don't have to read this. You really don't have to read this, okay? Truly, you don't have to read this. Then, well, I was in a romance mood, but as you guys know, most of the year I'm in a romance mood, so that's not a big surprise. I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. At the time, I gave it the same rating as I gave this one, 3.75. I will be changing this one to a fucking 3.25, and this one I might change to a 4-star. I might not change it. It took me a while to get through it. It's a contemporary romance. Nothing crazy, but Emily Henry, I wanted to try a book by her. I have another book by her on my physical TBR. Don't actually know if I put it on my want to reads, but that's fine. Listen, honestly, I think these books are a little overhyped. I'm sorry, I know, I'm sorry. It was just a little too slow for me. I just don't think I'm a literary fiction gal, and this was edging to that. So I'm sorry, but I didn't love that one. Let's see if I can find a cute quote. Gosh, this one. They're just a random quote, okay? This is all very much without context, so I don't spoil shit. There isn't for women either. There's just tall women and the man too insecure to date them. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Anyway, so this a little overhyped in my opinion. Then I read As Good as Dead, which is book 3 in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, which I gave 4.25 stars. Honestly, I didn't love it as much as the first two because it was a little bit scarier. It was a little more on the scary thriller side. I'm not gonna say anything because then I will spoil the entirety of this series. Kind of, so I'm not gonna say too much, but last year I set Pip as one of my favorite female main characters, and honestly, I still think that's true. She's amazing. Truly, love her. But yeah, not my favorite book in the series. Still read it, obviously, if you read the other two. It's a nice ending, kind of. Then I listened to Billion Dollar Enemy, Seattle Billionaires 1 by Olivia Hale. I gave it 3.75 stars. It was nice. I don't really remember anything, so that's about it. Then we all know and love this. At least I do. I talk about them a lot. Binding 13. I was so scared of these because they're so thick and so long. But they're so worth it. Like, this book, whoa, I forgot about it. It's almost 800 pages. But still, it's a 5-star. I cannot explain to you what these two books, honestly, the next one as well, did to me. I love them. I want to finish this series for as far as the books are out. Johnny Kavanagh and Shannon Lynch have a special place in my heart. Truly, honestly, once again, one of my favorite reads of the year. Both of these. It's a romance. These are a little sadder. 5 stars, and then also Keeping 13. I read right after it, right when I finished this one came. I started reading this one, which is kind of weird because I tend to split my series up a little bit. I don't tend to read one book after the other, like you can tell from the same series, just because I don't love doing that, because then I get bored. But with these, nah, I did not get bored. And it's a romance. And I get it that you're thinking, how much do you have to say to need 2 books that are pretty much almost 800 pages each for 2 people? I know it sounds crazy, but oh my gosh, these books are insane. I might reread them next year, to be honest. That's how good they are, even though they're so long. Wow. If you take one thing away from this video, it is don't be scared of how long these books are. Read them. They're amazing, but beware of trigger warnings, but still. Oh, I still think about these books close to every day, to be honest. Which that tells you a lot, because I think a lot, but I don't tend to think about books I read. So, wow, these. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't want to shut up about these books. Let me see if I can find some cute quotes. It did take me an entire month. What? That was stupid. It did take me almost an entire month to read Binding 13. Not so much Keeping 13, but it's fine. Oh, Songs for Shannon. I promise. Oh, Constantly, I Promise. Oh, so good. And The For Keeps. And like, I Don't Need Better. Maybe, but you deserve better. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. Truly, 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 truly amazing. I had a pretty dang good reading year, to be honest, because now we are getting to Practice Makes Perfect, which also 5 stars. I love this book. I laughed, I cried, like I bawled. Not that it's sad what's in the book, but because I felt so seen. Honestly, Sarah Adams' Practice Makes Perfect and When in Rome, which I read last year, like 2023, I think. Oh my gosh, these are bingeable books to me. Like, truly, I can sit down with these books and just fly through them, which I didn't do with this one because, well, I had an exam and I had to study, which is an idiot that I decided to start reading this. But anyway, not the point. I love this book, truly. I think that within my quotes, there's an entire paragraph in there because of how amazing it is. Yeah, entire paragraph, which I'm not gonna read, but this quote, oh, but the thing about quiet people is we're only quiet because our brains are so busy overthinking everything. There are long quotes in here. Also, the ending is literally a note with 10 explanation, no, not explanation. I don't know the word. Anyway, it's crazy. I love it. I love in this book. It's not too spicy. It's like really light on the spice, but that's not the point of this book. It's about a lot more. Okay? It's about a lot more. I'm sorry. Then, where is it? No, oh, it's right there. I read King of Greed by Anna Hong, which is book 3 in the Kings of Sin series. Gave it 4.5. It's about Dominic and Alessandra, and it's a marriage and trouble thing. It was fine. I enjoy Anna Hong's book no matter what, because of, not no matter what, because if love was not it, I'm sorry, but it was fun. Like, I like the universe. I like the fact that we get cameos of the Twisted series people. So, yeah. If you like that, read it. If you didn't like the Twisted series, maybe try the Kings of Sin series, honestly, because it's a little bit different, but it's also just a lot of billionaires and a lot of women working for themselves, kind of. Yeah, honestly, yeah. A lot of drama, a lot of third act breakups, but it's entertaining. That's really all the reason I read them. Once again, I don't read books because they're gonna make me smarter. I read them for the plot and for the vibes and to be entertained. Just like we watch stupid reality shows. I don't know. Then, oh my gosh, it was such a good reading year when I'm looking back on this. What the fuck? Then I read Addicted to You by Krista and Becky Ritchie. By Krista and Becca Ritchie. I love this book. 4.75. It was not what I was expecting for it to be, but it was amazing. It's book 1 in the Addicted Calloway series. I love it. It's amazing. I don't want to say too much. Anyway, they're both addicted. One's addicted to sex, and the other to drugs. No, not drugs. Drinks a lot of stuff. A lot. And anyway, great. Amazing. 3.75. I need to start a second little tower, otherwise they will fall. Oh my gosh. Then I read Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I love Hannah Grace. This is a 5-star. Again, a 5-star. I read a lot of good books this year. Oh my gosh. I love Hannah Grace. I still have to read Daylight, which is on my next year need to read. It's not want to read, it's need to read, and it's not funny. It's a good book. If you like some smut, read this. If you like some smut, read this. If you like a little smut, but a lot of love, read this. Basically. So, yeah. I liked it. It's not like I think about it every day. I don't know if it's a true 5 stars. But then again, some of these 5 stars are closer to like a 6 stars because I don't stop thinking about them. Yeah. Wildfire. Sweaty. That's really all there is to say about this. No, that's not true. And then I read 2 books on my Kindle because that's when I got my Kindle. I read The Pact by Belle Harper, which is the first book in the Rebels of Richpress High. I gave this book 2.75 stars because I didn't love it. It was weird, it was crazy, but maybe it's because I'm not used to reading it. It was like a dark romancy book, but it was like dark romancy, but like they were like teenagers in high school, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? I only read the first book because I didn't want to buy the second book. I got the first book for free, so that's why I read it. Anyway, I still enjoyed it. I like read it like during the summer in the pool half the time, so it was a fine book, and I finished it pretty quickly. Like, let's see how fast I finished it in like a week, I think. I started on June 21st and I finished on June 28th, so that says enough. And then I also read Twisted Selection by P.H. Nix, which is book 1 in the Edgewood Academia Lead, which I gave 3.25. It was a little better, but still not my favorite. Truly, I'm sorry. Was it better though? Not really. It was just less weird. I was less like, what the fuck? That was, I reacted like that less, but it was stupid, like kind of cliffhanger thing. Kind of, but also like kind of forgot about it. So it's not that big of a deal. No, I'm sorry. Those were just me reading 3 books on my Kindle, to be honest. I read Love Story by Lindsay Kelk, 4.75. I just look at the cover. I think this tells you enough. This is a summary book. It's amazing. It's a very fun rom-com. It's well, it's a love story. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes. It's a little bit of like, wait, it is spicy, not crazy spicy. In the back it says seriously spicy. I'm sorry, but this is seriously spicy. This is spicy. Is it though? Not that spicy. I don't remember any of the spice, to be honest. It has a bookstore, it has a cafe, it is pink, it is a small towny-ish romance, but it's like, what is it? So, lots of Taylor Swift references, which I love. Obviously, I love that. It was a very easy book to read. She's like a writer, but she's like published a book under someone else, on another name. I don't know what it's called actually. I don't remember it. Anyway, but their families are like kind of rivals, and like, but it's not crazy. Like, it's like fun, simple rivals. Like, they're business rivals. Their families, kind of, I think, if I remember that correctly. Then I read Throttled by Lauren Asher. I gave this one 4.5, and I still think about it. Oh, I love this book. I read it on my Kindle. Yes, I do have a paperback. I read it on my Kindle still. Amazing summer read. Once again, I was in the pool half the time when reading it. It's amazing. I love it. I think I just love Lauren Asher, to be honest. Like, I now own the Dreamland Billionaire series and the Dirty Air series. I only read book 1 in the Dirty Air series, but still, I own all of them. And I really want to read the other, like, from Billionaire series that she's currently ongoing. This is like F1, which I hadn't read an F1 romance ever. I liked it. I really liked it. Also the fact that like she's kind of influencery, but like not crazy influencery. I love it. I love it. Yes, great romance. Then I read Ricochet, which is book 2 in the Addicted series, which I gave 4.25. I already forgot what I gave Addicted to. Wait, 4.75. Oh, okay. This is a lot less. Wait, my phone. Oh no, my phone is lagging. Wait a second. Okay. Which, this is a lot shorter. At least it looks like that, but it's still almost 300 pages. Yeah, I love this one. There was a little less of the real romance because he went to rehab. I don't want to spoil anything. It's a good series. It's not that overhyped, I think. I'm still not there yet, obviously, because a lot of them talk about the Galloway sister books, which this is still Addicted. Anyway, then I read Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Did I talk about these? I don't think I did. 4.5 stars. It's a dark-ish romance. It's not a retelling of... Wait, it says in the beginning of the book how we should see this. I'm a lost boy from Neverland. Oh, there's no one. It is not a fantasy or retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read with redemption and the bad guy turned into a hero, you will not find it in these pages. There you go. A dark contemporary romance, but it's like based on fairy tales, but it's like the characters are different and like not different. They are the same characters in a modern world, but it's like different. It's not a retelling, it's just kind of the same people. I'm confused when I'm talking about it, but it was nice. It was a fun like dive into darker romances because I don't usually read that. And I will be finishing this series. This is Never After series, which every book has is based on a different fairy tale, and I'm pretty sure they're standalones-ish. I think there's like 6 books, 5 books, 6 books, I don't know. Liked it. I really liked it. Then I read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I gave this book 4.5 stars, and oh my gosh, this is such a good romance. Once again, this is not overhyped, I think. It was kind of slow-ish, but I loved it. I'm really happy I read it. It had been on my TBR for a while. And every time I was like, but I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. I can't read about doctors, so I'm watching doctor. No. That was stupid of me. That was just a really, really stupid excuse. Read it. It's good. I liked it. It's a fun romance. Oh my gosh, I love this book actually. Kind of gave me the same vibes as Practice Makes Perfect, except for the fact that they're doctors, but like the anxiety stuff, and so there you go. Then I read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes because I wanted to binge read the book. And well, did I not binge read this? Yes, I did. I gave it 5 stars because, well, oh my gosh. I think I finished this book within 3 days. And I was obsessed, and I didn't notice I was reading that much because it was going so fast, and I was actually was I shocked at the plot twists? Not fully, but I was kind of shocked. Wait, what? It's good. I love it. I think I already talked about this book in another video, which I don't know which one. Anyway. Yes, absolutely amazing. Then, my phone locked again. Anyway, then I read Collide by someone who once again I cannot pronounce her name. 4.75. I didn't realize this series was not finished. I have to wait until February for the next book, and I love this. It's an ice skating romance. He's an ice skater. It's a college romance. It kind of feels like the same vibe as Icebreaker, but different. Amazing. I loved it. I think I prefer this over Icebreaker. You heard me right. I think I prefer this one over Icebreaker. Also, I'm sorry for my Christmas nails. It is what it is. I think this video is gonna be really fucking long, isn't it? Anyway, it's fine. I really like this one. Then I read Defy Me, which is book 5 in the Shatter Me series, and I gave it 3.75. It wasn't my favorite. There wasn't a lot happening for my feeling. They were like in the same place for a really long time. Once again, if you want spoilers, that video will don't quote me, don't remember this, please, thank you, be out in 2025 if I end up finishing the series, which I will do, I hope. Anyway, the ending was fun, and it was like kind of surprising, but kind of like I truly didn't see it coming. But the biggest part of the book, they were in the same place, and I felt like nothing was happening, and it was boring, but I still read it, and I don't know how, but suddenly we were 100 pages further, and shit was happening. I can explain this book. And then King of Sloth by Anna Hong, which is book 4 in the Kings of Sin series, which, as you can tell when I'm filming it, I'm still reading it. I will put my actual final rating up there. This is by far my favorite book in the Kings of Sin series so far. Xavier and Sloane, truly my favorite one so far. Yeah, I think this might be a 4.5 or 4.75. Don't think it will be a full 5-star, but still, really good book. I will have this finished by the end of the year. That's why I'm putting it on there. That's it. I love Sloane. Anyway, that's it. Those are all of the books I read this year. Which, let's see. For my statistics, you know. I read 9,215 pages at this moment. You hear that? 9,000 pages. That was it for 2024. What do you mean? What do you mean 2024 is over? I don't get it. I feel like it's just was like New Year's Eve, and I was like listening to Fine Line during the countdown. But a lot happened this year. I read a lot of books, not that much, but a lot still. Let's be honest, the average person doesn't read 23 books, not 20, 23 books in a year. I did, which equals to, what does it equal to? Around 2 books a month, which isn't bad. Honestly, it's not bad. I didn't read 100 books because people who read 100 books do this as their full-time job, and I didn't know how to do it. I don't know. I can't read more than 3 or 4 books in a month. But maybe I will in 2025, you know, because of the 5. Yeah, no, that was stupid. I should finish this because this video is way too long and I keep talking. And if I want to talk more, I should just go vlogging. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good new year. I hope. Just be proud of yourself. You got it through 2024, no matter what happened. You're still here. You're watching this. I'm proud of you. Yeah. See you next year. Love you. Bye.